counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son, you got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude, you got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the Leadoff Show with Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome into the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you. We are live in the Euchre lot at American Family Field with ALS of Wisconsin for chasing a cure. Milwaukee Brewers back in action today. It'll be Kyle Harrison on the bump for the Crew, going up against Christopher Sanchez of the Philadelphia Phillies. First pitch at 1:10 today at American Family Field, game number 69 on the season for Milwaukee. Back-to-back sellouts at AmFam, and now here on a Sunday trying to wrap things up. Here's the lineup for this Sunday game.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Thanks to Lakeland University for being a part of the Leadoff Show all season long. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. First up, the visiting Philadelphia Phillies today. Kyle Schwarber, the DH, to lead off for Philadelphia. Trey Turner, the shortstop, will bat second. Bryce Harper at first base will bat third. Alec Boehm in the cleanup role at third base. Brandon Marsh in right field will bat fifth. Edmundo Sosa in left field will bat sixth. Bryson Stotts at second base, batting seventh for the Phillies. Rafael Marchand is behind the dish, batting eighth. And Derek Hill back in center field rounds things out for Philadelphia. Now for your Milwaukee Brewers starting lineup today. Jackson Chourio in left field to lead off for Milwaukee. Andrew Vaughn is at first base, batting second. William Contreras, the DH today, will bat third. Gary Sanchez is catching for Kyle Harrison today. He will bat fourth. Luis Rengifo at third base will bat fifth. Garrett Mitchell in center field will bat sixth. Blake Perkins is in right field, seventh today for Milwaukee. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And David Hamilton rounds things out. He's at second base, batting ninth for the Crew. Welcome into the Leadoff Show. As I said, we are live in the Euchre lot. Euchre 1, if you see the big tents around, that's us over here with the ALS Association of Wisconsin. Very happy to be out here for now the second time with ALS Wisconsin. Whitney Lyon doing a great job pushing things around, moving things along. And we're going to talk to Robin Stanchek, a care service manager at the ALS Association, in the second segment to help you guys with some awareness, plus tell you guys how you can help out the ALS Association of Wisconsin. That'll come up around 12:20 or so today. But want to get into what went down yesterday between Milwaukee and Philadelphia. Game 2 series even up now after the Brewers had the Miz performance in Game 1. How did they get to where they were after yesterday's game? Let's go through it right here on the Rewind.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
It was Shane Drowan on the bump for Milwaukee going up against Aaron Nola. Nola, long history, 15 starts against the Milwaukee Brewers coming into this, almost 100 innings against Milwaukee Brewers baseball. And that experience showed early in this one. The Brewers scoreless through 3 innings of this one. Edmundo Sosa would get the scoring started in the top part of the second for Philadelphia. In the top of the fourth, another double from Bryson Stott and a single from JT Realmuto would make it 3-0. Garrett Mitchell hit his 4th home run of the season in that bottom part of the fourth. But it was this swing in the 5th inning from Jackson Chourio that would even things up for the Crew.
Chourio, center field. Back goes Hill. Still back. Gone. We're tied. Another curveball from Nola. That's deposited off the batter's eye in center.
More to come from Jackson Chourio in this rewind. In the top part of the 6th, the Phillies would have a big inning off Chad Patrick. After Shane Drowan would allow a leadoff single to Brandon Marsh, Patrick would give up a single to Sosa, a double to Stott, a homer to Realmuto, just like that 4 runs had come across to score in the first 4 batters of the inning. Another hit given up from Chad Patrick to Derek Hill. Another one from Schwarber. It took him all the way until this Trey Turner, the 7th man of the inning, to record an out. A sac fly from Harper would bring across the 5th run of the inning, and finally Alec Boehm would fly out. In the bottom part of the 7th, though, the Brewers were trying to make it interesting. Christian Yelich led things off with a single, and Jackson Chourio exit again.
Chourio to left center. Back goes Crawford. Running out of room and going again. Just like that, it's 8-5. I'm telling you what, Jeff, this kid is some kind of special. Jackson Chourio.
The Brewers made things interesting. However, Joel Kuhnel allowing another run in the top part of the 8th, that one run courtesy of Drew Rom, giving up a leadoff, 2-out walk, rather, to Bryce Harper. A lot of 2-out runs again yesterday for Philadelphia, as Brandon Marsh would bring him home with a single. In the bottom part of the 8th, Garrett Mitchell would score on a wild pitch, a couple of sacrifices. Christian Yelich had one, and Chourio again trying to make things closer, made it 9-8 after this.
Line drive, base hit left field. They're going to send it now. Hold Rengifo. He's running through the stop sign. Here's the throw. Save! He ran through the stop sign and he scored.
Luis Rengifo, man, the cojones on you to run through a stop sign with what your season has been so far. Kudos to you. Made it work, and Jackson Chourio made it 9-8. However, the Brewers unable to get the job done. That would be the final in this one, as Milwaukee would fall to Philadelphia in Game 2. They are now 42-26 on the season. Philadelphia improves to 38-32. It was the Brewers allowing 15 hits for the 3rd time this season. Milwaukee 22-7 this year now when they record 10 or more hits in a ball game. Jackson Chourio, 4 for 5 day, the solo home run in the 5th and a 2-run homer in the 7th. It's 4 of his 8 home runs this season have come in the last 4 games now. A career high tying 4 hits for the 5th time in his career over his last 14 games. 387, 435, 790 is the slash line. Throw on 7 home runs in the last 14 games for Jackson Chourio. Garrett Mitchell, we talked about his homer, his 4th of the season over his last 21 games. 324, 385, 592, has 3 homers in that stretch. And William Contreras, who's DHing today, was behind the dish yesterday. His 6th 3-hit performance this year, and over his last 25 games, Contreras now 307, 330, and 426 with 3 home runs. The Phillies recorded a season-high 17 hits and notched their 2nd game this year with 15 or more in a ball game. They have won 16 of their last 23 on the road. The Phillies now 8-3 over their last 11 and 29-14 since April 26th. That is only behind the Milwaukee Brewers for the best in baseball. After the game was over, manager Pat Murphy on Shane Drowan and Chad Patrick, more importantly, in their performance, plus how amazing is Jackson Chourio. Here he is, manager Pat Murphy.
Do you think it has to do with just getting used to working frequency that's required, or something else?
I'm not exactly sure. I talked to him a little bit in the dugout. He's not exactly sure either, but yeah, he's been great for us. You've seen it in the playoffs, you saw it, whatever, and then in Vegas, and it's just been the last 2 outings where that cutter is not the same. Some of it, once you get clocked once, some of it is tough coming back, and yeah, I mean, it was the 6th inning or whatever it was. I mean, it's like it's leverage, but at the same time, we thought he could handle that right there. Is a good spot for him. And yeah, he just didn't throw the ball the way we wanted to and got away from him in a hurry. I think he did well. I think he ran out of gas pretty quick, you know what I mean, in terms of, velo went down, his movement on the ball was different, you know what I mean? So we had a loaded pen, and we had Patrick, Ashby, Uribe, and McGill. So we felt pretty good about it navigating. That's a good offensive team. You give up 17 hits, you're not going to win usually. But we did battle back, and I was really proud of our guys that, when we were down, whatever that was, 9-3. Did you see when it was 9-3? Mm-hmm. to battle back the way we did, score 5 late, and then have the opportunity to tie the game with our best, a lot of our best part of our lineup up, and we're facing some pitching that's pretty special too. That team is trying. I've said it before. That team's trying to win the World Series. You know what I mean? And they're a powerhouse, and they went out and shored up their bullpens. Obviously with what they did, and look at their lineup. So there's going to be days you're going to give up runs to them, but yeah, and they're playing great. So, and they had a lot of opposite field hits, and it was a good day for them.
What did you like about Jackson's approach? Obviously,
He's getting it, man. He's getting it. Be careful. It's early, but he's getting it. And he missed the first month, but now his strike ball is getting elite, and that's what happens when you wait for a strike.
Murph, is that the difference? It's the pitch selection, not necessarily strength. And,
Oh, no. For Juria?
getting the strength
No.
out of his hand after the fracture.
No, he was out a month. He was ready to hit the second day, but, we've got to take our time, and there was a chance that check swing could have caused some other damage, but he was ready to go, 15 days before we let him, but we were just cautious, and he got in that weight room and worked. So he's making up for our time. He was magnificent tonight. We had some really nice performances. Rom came in and gave us 5 outs. That's important. Kumel got a big out. McGill was great, but it's hard to bounce back from that big inning. But we did, and had some good at bats. And William had a great game, obviously. You mentioned Churio. Mitchell had a nice game. But, there's going to be these games where somebody doesn't do the job in the pen. We've had them already, But Chad will get back on track. He's been great for us. Think of the bullpen appearances in the postseason. Think of the one in Vegas in the 11th inning when he had to meet of the order up.
How about McGill's outing? Is that
Yeah, that's
step
good.
forward?
Yeah, I mean, he's been throwing the ball great. He really has. He's been throwing the ball great. You think about it, since those hiccups he had early, he's had 5 or 6 in a row that have been really, really good. And the properties of the pitch, you see the fastball jumping, breaking ball for a strike and below. That was a good day for him. Big challenge tomorrow. That'd be great, right? Big challenge tomorrow in Sanchez. We'll try to help Mrs. Case out a little bit, right?
Help Mrs. Case out, and then have a lineup of Rengifo, Perkins, no Terang, no Bowers. Yeah, okay. All right. Sure. Coming up on the other side, we're going to talk to Robin Stanchek over at the ALS Association, get you guys some information and awareness here on the ALS, the largest ever ALS event here in the country right now. It's the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live at American Family Field. Sparky back in the studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live in the Euchre lot right here at American Family Field with the ALS Association of Wisconsin. Brewers lineup, in case you missed it from earlier in the program. Jackson Churio to lead off, play left field today. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat second. William Contreras, the DH today, will bat third. Gary Sanchez is in the cleanup spot. He'll be behind the dish for Kyle Harrison today. Luis Rengifo bats fifth, plays third base. Garrett Mitchell bats sixth, plays center field. Blake Perkins in right field will bat seventh today. Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, batting eighth. And David Hamilton at second base rounds things out today for the Crew. Joining us now here at the ALS Association of Wisconsin tailgate. Is this a tailgate, Robin?
It definitely is.
Yes, it feels like it. Robin Stanchek of ALS Association of Wisconsin here. Now the second annual. We got to do this last year together. How are things going for you? How's it been going?
Great. In fact, we just found out today that our tailgate here in Wisconsin is the largest out of the country for Lou Gehrig's Day.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How many people here today?
Over 800.
Over 800 people. It's an awesome event. They got a bunch of different food trucks going on right now. Live music, I'm sure you can hear. We just had some of the mini donuts. You got to get some of the mini donuts.
Absolutely.
If you haven't gotten any yet. Robin, delicious over there. An amazing event. Super great cause that you guys are a part of, too. The ALS Association of Wisconsin. Tell us a little bit about what ALS is, right? And tell people about, just this horrible disease that we're all trying to find a cure for.
Absolutely. So ALS is a neurological disease and ALS stands for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. So that's why we use the initials.
Yeah.
And Lou Gehrig's years back in the day had it himself. We'll talk about that in a bit. But this disease affects people that they're not able eventually to walk, talk, breathe, and eat. And so everybody's journey with this is different. So we try to walk the journey together with them. And once they've been registered with us, we have clinics that they're able to attend. Multidisciplinary clinics have been wonderful for our families. The research has shown that they do better once they meet with our teams, because there's usually 12 people they meet at one time.
Yeah, okay.
So it takes the lives. There's no cure for ALS. It's
right.
Something, their cure is hope. And events like today, the donations that you all give to us is so helpful because we can make a difference in the lives of all the families we serve through your efforts.
Absolutely. And what's your role again? So you're a care service manager. What
Yep.
are some things that you do with the ALS Association of Wisconsin and other care services that you guys offer?
Absolutely. So as a care services manager, we are the usually the faces and hands that walk the people through this. So we take them as they enter into clinic. They may reach out to us by phone or email saying, I was just recently diagnosed. We gather information and then register with the association. And then we're able together go through their journey with them to be able to better help them. Like I said, everybody's journey is different. To help troubleshoot, we have to be very creative with this disease. Mm-hmm. And the clinicians at the clinics are just super knowledgeable in everything. So if people are able to get to us, whether it's telehealth or in person, it makes a huge difference.
Well, and I'm sure you bring up that part of it too, where it's a mental part of this too, that, we all know about the physical that happens with ALS, but
yes.
Helping out the patients and the families during this time too, it can be a very taxing on the mental, I'm sure, as well.
Absolutely. In fact, we have support groups for the people living with ALS, their families, their friends. We have Bulbar, which is for people that can't speak, support groups for them that virtually are done. We have for young adults with family members. We have for caregivers. Mm-hmm. Some are in person, some are virtual. So with a variety and mixture of those groups, everybody is able to interact and get to know other families going through like themselves.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm very appreciative of that, and just an amazing resource that it is. And you brought up Lou Gehrig, who's kind of become the face of ALS. Mm-hmm. And, this is a guy who he didn't miss days. He didn't miss work, right?
Nope.
Iron Horse. Everyone's heard that. And you see a disease like this take away someone way too early, and also who would fight through anything during
Absolutely.
this, and it still gets to him.
Yes. And, he died at the age of 37, and that is young. Everybody with this diagnosis is usually given the average 2 to 5 years. Some are sooner, some are much later, live a lot longer. But he was the first one that they actually retired his jersey number 4 back in the day.
That's incredible.
Yes.
That's a great little tidbit there to show. I mean, and for good reason, right? He never missed a game, played all that time, and obviously having to retire early after the diagnosis. Is that very typical in an ALS diagnosis for it to be? Does it discriminate on age in any way?
It does not. We have people from a young age, let's say 30s, up through 100 years of age.
Wow.
So there's not really any average per se. It varies from one to another. And then how long they live with it also varies from one person to another. So that's the beauty of the support groups, because you can meet other people going through maybe similar journeys, not the same journeys. You can have that interaction. And then you find, I call a group of people, a family that you can connect with and interact, so that you don't feel alone, and that you're not the only one that is going through this.
Yeah. And so we're here with Robin Stanchek over at the ALS Association of Wisconsin. What is the Chasing a Cure? I was out here last year. I got to be a part of it. It was beautiful weather. It's a little windy today, but it's a lot more than just a tailgate that happens at a Brewer game every year.
It is. It's camaraderie. We partner with the Brewers Community Foundation, and because of Lou Gehrig's, this month is typical of these different stadiums doing this. So, like at our event here, we have people that have donated their burgers every year. We have people that donate the Love's Bloody Marys and the beers. And then we have some new food trucks that are joining us out here, and they're able to share a percentage of their proceeds that go towards our association. And then you have this sometimes a band, sometimes a DJ, but always having music, because people love that vibe. And then you have the Grand Central area where everybody gets together, interacts with one another, people from the past, people from the present, and those just getting to know us. And of course, the sausages, I just see them across the way there.
They're the famous ones.
They get pictures. And this year we had a photo opportunity set up so families could come in and get pictures with a photographer to share with one another as well.
Well, and how long have you been with ALS Association of Wisconsin?
In my position as a care services manager, this is my 18th year.
Wow.
And then I volunteered with their loan program while my mom had ALS for 7 years as well. So it's very close and near and dear to my heart that this cause does spread awareness. That's always ongoing. Getting more research and cures out there is what we really, really need out there.
And how else do you support the people locally in the Milwaukee area, Wisconsin? How far is your range with ALS Association of Wisconsin?
We work closely with our surrounding states. So we ourselves in Wisconsin have 500 people active at a time with living with ALS. And then we, like I said, with the support groups, with the clinics, we do have multidisciplinary clinics at Freighter, the Milwaukee VA, UW-Madison, and Mayo in La Crosse, and then affiliated at Gunderson and La Crosse as well.
That's amazing. And tell us some of the research projects that you guys have been working on and going through here with the ALS Association real quick.
They're working on a number of them, but lately a lot of them have been working on the genetics portion of it. There used to be just one gene, and now since the Ice Bucket Challenge and the research that's gone around the world, they're finding through their research endeavors that people are having more and more, I call them biomarkers, but mutations that are not just one gene, but possibly a variety of different genes. So they're highly encouraged nowadays to get genetic testing, and that way they can find out, even if they don't have the biomarkers of today, maybe it may be a biomarker of the future as well.
Yeah, and that's always the goal, right? Finding a cure for ALS. How can people help out with the ALS Association of Wisconsin, Robin?
Well, our general website is als.org, so that's got a wealth of knowledge in there. The one specific for the event today would be the als.org Chasing a Cure /donate as well. So if people could continue to give from their hearts, it would be greatly appreciated and would be well receptive by all these individuals affected by this disease.
Robin Stanchek of the ALS Association of Wisconsin, thank you so much for jumping on today with us.
Thank you for taking the time and being here.
Absolutely. We'll do it again next year, I'm sure. That'll be awesome. Great. Robin Stanchek over at the ALS Association of Wisconsin. We're going to keep going on now here with the leadoff show. Let's get into our pitching matchup today. Let's Let's hit the eye on the enemy.
Nobody likes them.
Craig Counsell returning to American Family Field.
We all want to see them lose.
It's not my job to tell people how to feel about something or even to figure it out. Let people feel how they want to feel, and I'm good with that, and I think it doesn't have to be all positive.
It's time to eye up the enemy for today's game. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Eye on the enemy, taking a look at the pitching matchup today. This is the rubber match between Philadelphia and Milwaukee. It's Kyle Harrison, it's Christopher Sanchez, a couple of southpaws on the bump for Milwaukee and Philly. Harrison's going to be making his 13th start of the season. He last started on Monday in Las Vegas. We all know how that game against the Athletics went. He had a no decision in that 15-14 12-inning game in which Milwaukee was able to prevail. 2 1/3, 8 earned runs in the game for Harrison, just 71 pitches. However, the team's still 10-2 in starts made by Kyle Harrison. He has 4 quality starts this year, and opponents hitting .227. Despite his last outing, Harrison still 6-0 with a 2.57 ERA over his last 8 starts. He had the streak of 23 consecutive scoreless in there, of course. That last outing for Kyle Harrison, the 8 earned runs he gave up he'd given up just 10 earned runs all season up until that game. At American Family Field this year, 4-2 with a 2.43 ERA. That's in his career, rather. At American Family Field this year, it is 4-1 with a 1.50 ERA in 7 starts this season for Kyle Harrison. In the Phillies lineup today against Kyle Harrison, Harper 2 for 5 with a home run. Alec Boehm 1 for 5. JT Realmuto 0 for 2. Kyle Schwarber 2 for 3 has a homer off Harrison as well. Edmundo Sosa 0 for 3 in his career. Bryson Stott 4 for 5 off of Kyle Harrison, and Trey Turner 0 for 2. On the other side of things, Christopher Sanchez has been one of the best pitchers in all of Major League Baseball this season, comparing him to Jacob Mizorowski during this time, not necessarily with the stuff, but with the production. Sanchez this year, 8-2 as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies, a 1.54 ERA, has a 106 whip, 113 strikeouts, is the second most in the big leagues. We know about his scoreless streak that was going on for a time. Over his last 2 outings, it's 14 innings of work. He's gone 7 against Toronto, 7 against San Diego, 2 earned runs against the Blue Jays, 1 earned run against San Diego last time around. Did strike out 18 in those 14 innings as well. But his ERA was at 1.47 after that San Diego outing in the end of May. He then faced him again, back-to-back appearances in June, and now it's up to 1.54. So ballooning, if you will, for Christopher Sanchez. Has shown that he can be susceptible. Home run given up last go-around. He's given up just 4 all season. Christopher Sanchez, definitely one of the best pitchers in baseball on the bump today Milwaukee has to face. That's catching up on what's been going on with the pitching matchup. Let's do a quick little update here on what's going on around the minor leagues. Update you guys on some of the Brewers affiliates during this time. It's our Building a Winner feature.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature right here on the Leadoff Show. Taking a look around the minor leagues, what's been going on at all the Brewers affiliates. I think we had to do a very abbreviated version yesterday on the program. Didn't have enough time for our own show. Let's take a look at what's starting things off over in Nashville with AAA.
Nashville Sounds.
Nashville dropped 6-4 to the Durham Bulls yesterday. They're in the middle of a playoff chase as they are the third best record at 41-27, a game and a half behind Rochester and a game behind Memphis in the International League. The first half champion will meet the second half champion in a postseason appearance for Nashville in that International League. Greg Jones, 2 for 3 with a homer. Luis Lara, 1 for 3 with a walk in the contest as well. And Akil Badu was 1 for 4 as the Nashville Sounds drop 2 in a row now to the Durham Bulls. Let's go down to Double-A.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Eric Brown Jr., 3 for 4 with 3 runs driven in the contest. And Jesus Madej was 3 for 4, had a double and an RBI as well in the 9-3 victory over the Birmingham Barons. Mike Bovey, also want to just remember, don't forget about Mike Bovey. He was a top 15 prospect in this organization going into last season, ended up getting hurt, and then dropping out of the top 30 rankings. I'm not sure why, but 3 for 5, a double, 2 runs driven in. The Biloxi Shuckers going to send out Manuel Rodriguez today. Tyson Harden getting the start for Nashville as well. Let's go to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Andrew Fisher, 2 for 3, had a double in the game as well. Eric Batanti hitting a home run in his contest yesterday. And Josiah Ragsdall, new member in the top 30, 3 for 4 with a stolen base. They lost 3-1 to the Great Lakes Loons. The Wilson Warbirds, Jose Anderson had his first home run, another home run in game 1, rather. That is Anderson's 16th home run this season. That is the second most in the Brewers affiliates. Jaden Fielder, 2 for 3 in that one as well. Josiah Rangel is 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and a homer yesterday in the Complex League. Alexander Frias, another one, keeping an eye on him. 2 for 4, a double and a triple. As the Complex League tops the Royals. They are now 16-16 on the season. Dominican Summer League went 1-1, 14-7. Is the blue over the gold. They played each other. Ricky Moniz was 3 for 4 with a triple in the game. That's our highlighted player from the Dominican Summer League. Right now on the season, Luis Lara no longer leading the way in batting average for the full organization. Josh Adamchevsky, 331, now the best in all of the Brewers affiliates right now. Andrew Fisher, we mentioned his 20th homer yesterday. That's the most in T-Rats history. Also now eclipsing 50 RBIs on the season after the day yesterday. His OPS now over 1,100, 1.118. Adam Shefsky at 1.036. Coming up on the other side, we'll build a parlay for the people, get you guys some of the betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook, some keys to the game to close things out. It is the leadoff show. We are live from American Family Field in the Euchre Lot with the ALS Association of Wisconsin. Sparky back in studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live at American Family Field in the Euchre lot with the ALS Association of Wisconsin. Sparky back in the studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Lineups today, in case you missed them: Schwarber, Turner, Harper, the top three for Philadelphia. Bohm, Marsh, Sosa, 4 through 6. Stott, Marchand, Hill, that is 7 through 9. That rounds things out for the Phillies. Churio, Vaughn, Contreras. Vaughn at first base today in the top three. Sanchez behind the dish. Rengifo, Mitchell, the 5 and 6. Perkins is in right field. Ortiz at shortstop. David Hamilton rounds things out, plays second base for Bryce Terang today, and will bat ninth for the Crew. If this lineup didn't spoil it already, I got a parlay for you guys. Let's check in over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
At the wall, looking up. See you later.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the leadoff show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Phillies favorites on the money line today at minus 137. Brewers at plus 114. The run line at minus 1.5 for Philadelphia's at plus 135. And the over-under 6.5 today with Sanchez and Harrison on the mound. I think I'm going to take the under. I don't know how the Brewers are going to put runs up today. Their lineup, as I just read off, includes Luis Rengifo batting 5th. Perkins will bat 7th. Ortiz at shortstop. Hamilton is at second base, in for Bryce Terang. Mind you, Hamilton, a lefty. Garrett Mitchell, who is batting 6th today, another lefty off of Sanchez. After that Brewers' first 4 today of Churio, Vaughn, Contreras, Sanchez, I don't know what's going to be the production from 5 through 9. Maybe I can reverse psychology, give some reverse psychology here and say that this Brewers offense will explode by doing it. But Christopher Sanchez and Kyle Harrison, two of the best. I'm not worried about Harrison's bounce-back performance today. I think he's going to do a great job after that athletic series in Las Vegas. But I am going to take the under at 6.5 just because it's so ridiculously low that it has to hit, it feels like, in this game. Let's go keep looking at the pitcher props today, as Christopher Sanchez has an over-under at 7.5 today. I'll take his over in strikeouts, and I will do the same with Kyle Harrison's, who is at 6.5, and we'll parlay it all together just in a full pitcher's duel today. The under of 6.5, Sanchez 8 or more strikeouts, Harrison 7 or more strikeouts. That'll pay plus 440, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You place a $5 wager, you win $22 over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. And I'm at American Family Field. I had to get here earlier than the Potawatomi Sportsbook shuttle does. Otherwise, I'd have been taking the Potawatomi Sportsbook shuttle here because it saves you $22, by the way, to park on the weekend over here. Not that I had to, but I just saw the signs coming in. $22 here to park at American Family Field on the weekend. It is free over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. They have the covered parking structure. On top of that, all you have to do to get on that shuttle service, place a same-day $5 wager on anything. It does not have to be on Brewers baseball. They have Freedom 250 playing there tonight as the World Cup's going on. They have wagers for that during this. NHL Stanley Cup Finals, the NBA now over. Congrats to the Knicks. But you can make a wager on anything over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Minimum $5. Then you hop on the shuttle. They'll take you up Canal Street. You'll come watch the Brewers beat the Phillies, and then you'll go back and you'll get to end your night over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's the only shuttle service that offers a chance to pay you to drive it. That I don't know why they don't offer that out to people. It's the only one. You were going to spend $5 to drink somewhere else, to get some food somewhere else, and now you have a chance to make your money back on a shuttle service with the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Plus, brand new food, drink options that they got over there, a build-your-own burger, the MVP Turtle Sundae, delicious over there. Make sure you go check it out at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. You don't even have to place a wager necessarily. If you get a food or a drink option at the Sportsbook, they will also get you a wristband to hop on their shuttle service. They're running 3 to and from every game, hour and 15 minutes before the game the shuttle starts going until an hour after last pitch. The Potawatomi Sportsbook, the place to be to watch live sports and to take their shuttles to Milwaukee Brewers baseball games. One more time, the parlay for the people today is the under of 6.5. Sanchez and Harrison each on their over on strikeouts. It's 8 for Christopher Sanchez. It's 7 for Kyle Harrison. $5 wins you $22 courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. One more thing to get to before we get out of here. That is today's keys to the game.
How does the crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Keys to the game, how we always close things out here on the Leadoff Show, and I bring in my producer, I guess, today, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, doing a fantastic job. I always yell on the Leadoff Show that I'm going to fire my producer. It is not Sparky on usual days. So thank you, Sparky, for being here on a Sunday. Keys to the game. What are you looking at today, Sparky, in Game 3 for Milwaukee and Philadelphia? I'm sure you are chomping at the bit to talk about this lineup today.
Well, I'll tell you what, my first concern is Harrison. That's my first concern. My first concern is Harrison because Chad Patrick, we gave the free pass to. Well, it was the park. It's not Chad Patrick's fault. Then Chad Patrick comes back home, and it's a launching pad off Chad Patrick. I'm really, really, really hoping that is not going to be the case for one Kyle Harrison.
That makes complete sense. And it was Harrison's worst outing by far as a Brewer. We talked about it, of his 18 earned runs, gave up 8 of them in that game to Las Vegas. I would sure hope it's not both of them are now broken because of that. It hasn't affected the offense over the last couple of nights, which we were wondering because of all the high scoring over in Las Vegas, was it going to ruin any approaches over in Milwaukee, or was it going to be just a flash in the pan from there? But they have their toughest test in Christopher Sanchez today, and I'll bring up that in my part. Win Miz the Cy Young today. Prove me wrong. Go ahead. Hit Sanchez for 5. Hit him for 6 today and prove why that Miz is the best pitcher in baseball. You heard Pat Murphy say it at the end of his presser. How can you say at the end of your presser, let's go out and help Miz out tomorrow, and then the next day look you in the face and put Rengifo in the 5 spot and Perkins in the 7 spot today? Manager Pat Murphy, make sure you're proving me wrong today, because that's going to be a huge part of this contest. It's the starting pitching and which one of those guys is out first.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. First of all, Terang obviously won for his last 18 or whatever. So I get giving him a day off to clear his head, but you have a day off literally tomorrow. But either way, so that explains the Bryce Terang thing. Christian Yelich, numerous people on X yesterday going, sit Christian Yelich and play Andrew Vaughn. So I went and looked at Christian Yelich's June. Dude, he's killing the ball in June. He's hitting over 300 in June.
Gets on base, and he's in a different role now, guys. He is in that leadoff spot. He is protected from power. He does not need to hit home runs. He needs to get on base, and he's doing a good job at that. If you're going to play him in that 1 spot, that's all he needs to do for this Brewers team. And they've been winning when he's in that 1 spot, too. I believe they're 10-6 now on the year when he is in the leadoff role. Same with Churio batting second. No, if Christian Yelich is the best option, baseball has made this transition now where you are putting your best hitters at 1 and 2 as opposed to 3 and 4, getting them a couple extra at-bats and someone maybe with a little more contact in that 3 spot as well. Churio's been dominant. He's been killing it. You want to try to get one guy on base before him, and it worked out great yesterday for the Brewers.
Do we see Andrew Vaughn start at third base in that Braves series, because they're saving Miz? They're not pitching him in the Guardians series. Miz and Harrison both get that. He was back at third base again yesterday late in the game. Do we see that lineup finally against the Braves?
He can't keep putting Andrew Vaughn in leverage moments at third base and not give him a game. Back-to-back this appearances at third base in 1-run games in the last inning of a ball game. That is the most important time of the game, to have a good, solid third baseman. Mm-hmm. And I know you don't want to hit Joey Ortiz or David Hamilton in those moments yesterday. Well, then, Pat, you're not going to put Gary Sanchez to pinch hit in those appearances there. You're going to go with Andrew Vaughn. Give him a game. Give him a game. If
That's
it
all I
blows up
want.
in our face, they did it. They did the same thing with Rengifo, and Sanchez had never played first base until this year. And guess what? They tried it out. It didn't work, but you got to try. You got to try. Thanks to Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, the ALS Association of Wisconsin, the leadoff show. We'll be back on Tuesday. I believe it's a 6:40, so 5 o'clock leadoff show. After the last pitch, make the switch. The Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Tim Allen and me breaking all things down. Brewers Phillies after Game 3. Thank you guys so much. One more thing before you go. Don't forget, send them home.